Hello, this is my 3-minute video that I am dedicating to a recap of American Indians and Alaskan Natives. So just some general stats that I found really interesting from class. In 1492, it was estimated that there were around 5 million American natives. Due to colonization, in the 1900 census, it was estimated that there were only 90,000 American Indian and Alaskan natives. Fortunately, that number has risen and we are now hovering above 5 million again. I have also attached some general terminology that I might be using throughout this presentation. It is important to mention, however, that terminology varies based on age, region, and preference of members of a specific nation. So I have attached a map of the United States. 22% of all American Indians and Alaskan Natives live on reservations, but there is only 2% of US land that is dedicated for reservation usage. Currently, around 78% of American Indians live off reservation and 72% live in cities or suburbs. The median age of natives on reservations is young. It's actually 26, which I found really surprising. Tribal citizenship varies based on a tribal government's own set of criteria for citizenship standards, but typically criteria could look like lineal descendancy, tribal blood, quantum tribal residency, and genetic testing. Just some final thoughts before I wrap up. So because of distrust built up over the course of US history, establishing trust may be difficult. Some examples of this historic distrust could look like diseases that were introduced to populations, forceful relocation, termination policies, assimilation policies, and a history of treaty breaking. So tribal communities were destroyed due to the introduction of European infectious diseases. Explorers and colonists often passed diseases to natives without their knowledge. However, sometimes it was passed to them with their knowledge. Stories circulated that Colonel Jeffrey Amherst directed that blankets from a smallpox hospital be gifted to Indians with the intent to kill them, which is really horrible. And just an example of assimilation, 367 boarding schools operated in 29 US states. By 1926, nearly 83% of Indian school-age children were attending boarding schools. And there the children were taught that their traditional cultures were inferior. And I just think that this is really important to know. Though it's difficult to put all that I learned into this quick 3-minute video, this was a great reminder for me to continue to ask questions, to strive for better understanding, and to continue to educate myself about these things, especially as I prepare for a future in the healthcare field. Just a reminder to strive for relationships that are built on a foundation of trust and open communication so that we can bridge gaps.